In this video, it's time to start tackling some issues on my brand new, to me, Rover 75 diesel. There are some very common issues on these cars that are best dealt with as quickly as possible. The key one today is going to be the plenum drains. So beneath the windscreen, there is a panel there which is primarily an air intake for the air conditioning system. It's a notorious spot for trapping leaves and detritus, and the drain on this side especially, right underneath the ECU, gets clogged. Your ECU gets soaked. It's bad times, definitely not good times. So we shall get in, lift a little hook, and we're under the bonnet, and we can set about trying to find our way in. This is going to be where we're going to be working today. It's all under here. And I can see missing clips, which suggests someone has already been in here before. So I'll lift this panel off for starters. I mean, there's leaf detritus everywhere, and I can see it all caking down here as well. But yeah, that's all loose already. That makes life a little easier for us. Pull the seal back a little. And right, we're going to have to free off a few more clips. Now we do also have a cabin filter, that's also under here, so we can do two jobs in one really. They've faded quite badly. You can get new ones apparently. Oh, where did that go? I found it, don't worry. Oh, come on. Oh, nice easy job, eh? Let's try to find where that one went. Oh yes, it landed on my recycling bag. There we go, they ping off quite nicely. Let's move this one as well. Oh, that's all the wiper motor linkage down there. So one of the things you may notice, I'll just bring you over this side, is you've got all this grid to stop leaves getting into this area. But there's a really great gap here. So leaves can readily come in. In fact, they're almost channeled down there by the wiper trim here. So it's definitely worth doing. There are two drains. There's one down this side, but apparently it's not actually very near the bottom of the plenum. So that's not entirely helpful. But I think if we pull the seal off, we should... Oh, no, there's a little screwdriver-y one there. Now, I think I did this job on my first Rover 75. That was a long time ago though. I think it must be 8 years since I had my first 75, and that was a car I just ended up not liking at the time. So far I haven't developed such an unliking for this car. I'm liking it quite a lot. Oh, there we go, yep. Now I should be able to get in to get this one out. Yeah, there we go. So I can slide this out. I don't have to remove this panel, because to remove this panel I would have to remove the windscreen wipers. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of capturing this on camera because I'm hub nut. There we go. So that's that panel out. Oh, got a little wind tone horn under here. That was unexpected. And that's right in the way of everything. What marvellous. So there's a little plastic guard here to stop the same thing happening, but there isn't one that side. Now the Rover 75 and MG ZT Owners Club has a very useful website, has loads of information including about cleaning the plenums, and there is a chap, I think he's in Wales actually, who manufactures a little piece to go at the end of here to block off the leaf access. That's probably a sensible modification. If you have one you really care about, but I'm hub nut and I only slightly care about my cars. Now, the next challenge is to get the ECU out. I'm just going to unclip you from the tripod and put you in wobbly mode temporarily. So here is the ECU and this little wind tone horn, which is rather in my way. And it should be possible to get this out. Oh yes, there we go. We've got a cover on top of the ECU. I think that comes out first of all. And yeah, sorry, that's not the ECU, that's the cabin filter, I think. This is the ECU here. I think to get that cabin filter, I am going to have to remove the windscreen wipers and the associated pipe work, and I think that'll generally make life a bit easier here. There's lots of stuff in the way, so we'll do that. I would like to adjust the wipers anyway, because I have a triangle of doom which is causing great upset. It's not a very big triangle of doom. Look, it's a very small triangle right here. Focus. Just a small triangle, but I reckon I can get around that if I just lift the wipers slightly. Right, wipers off then, and you back in here. So how do we get these off, do you reckon? Oh, nice and easy. Plastic covers just pull off, and I reckon 13mm. No, but I also bought a 14, and that's not right either. Okay, are they 15mm? Oh yeah, it's quite tight on that. Okay, well, I'm not going to bother with that. I'll just go for the a separate washer. Nope, washer's all integral. So there we go, driver's wiper off. Or maybe I should just do a single wiper conversion to make my car look like a touring car. Or maybe I've just spent the weekend watching too much of the Nürburgring 24 hours. Yeah, that's entirely possible. There we go. Job's a good one. I've gone for the de-wipered look. And there's a little threaded insert that goes in the wiper arm. Right, so what else do we need to remove? Anything? Oh, maybe not. Might be a bonnet down job again, I think. Now the bonnet needs to be up and down at the same time. I see, that's fun. See what we'll cook on that side. Nice simple jobs. Don't exist. That needs to not be in that clip. That's the screen wash. I'll leave that off there. Oh, don't you love playing around with ancient plastics that you hope aren't going to just disintegrate on you? Aha! There we go. Even more plastic off. Now we can really see into the wiper linkage gubbins. Ah yes, oh there we go, that's making life easier. Now I can get the cabin filter, but it looks like I might have to, have I really got to remove the ECU to get the cabin filter out? Can I remove the whole box? Oh! Oh! Yes, haha! There we go, oh my gosh. Yeah, this is what we do in this job. Look how much water is down there, and there is quite a lot of it, and the cabin filter is sitting in it, which explain why the interior smells damp. So I'm going to get the cabin filter out now and then try and find the drain, and I might back the car out just to do drain that rather than drain it all over my garage floor. Oh, yeah, that's not ideal. You can see the tide mark on that. Ew. And now see if I can find the drain. I would say we're having some effect. I can see the water draining out now. And yes, it is much drier in here. I'm just going to rod with a cable tie. There we go. I can't really see the rubber tube there, but it should be there. Hopefully it's attached on the underside. Oh, that was bad. I'm going to pour some fresh water in there just to make sure that's now running through. Right, let's see what happens if I pour water in here. Oh, that's all swirling nicely. There we go. I think we have definitely improved matters. So that was worth doing. There's also a drain here to down clean out this side. It's all a bit mucky around here, so oh, that's not draining too well either. We'll give that a rodding as well. Oh, yuck. We've probably improved matters. I'm going to let that dry off a bit, and before I put the new cabin filter in, which is handily in the boot, it was provided. But there are a few other things I'm going to look at while we're here. Right, it looks like I've already got the modification done on this. There's a little black box here which clips the bonnet release mechanism to the side of the bonnet, and the mod is to flip it so these are readily accessible. These are the cables. That's the one from the handle. I'll just clip that back in, and then you've got two, because there's 2 points of release on the bonnet, and the modification means you can readily access these. Otherwise they're a complete pig to get at when you need to, because you can't get into the bonnet. So that's done. I'm probably just going to lube these cables up a bit and then reclip them in place, and I will also grease the striker plates, which are down here. Move you back. I'm trying to make sure you're actually looking where my finger's pointing. No, you're not. Where are you looking? You're up there. Come down here. So the striker plate here, and there's another one just over here, and that's where the prongs on the end of the bonnet up here go. So they go into there. So make sure those are nice and free, otherwise you can overwhelm the cables and can't open your bonnet, which I think most people consider a pretty bad idea. Right then, new filter, making sure we're actually putting it in the right way around. Airflow arrow on the top says air go that way. I apparently might have got it wrong on the Vauxhall Vectra, so if you buy my Vauxhall Vectra you might want to bear that in mind. I don't think it will be staying in Scotland all that long. Jeepers, this is a game to get in. Oh, what a palaver. Ah, there we go. Right, I'll try and get the bottom to engage with some clips, I think. There we go. And hopefully we can get this to go into the housing. Right, now we can get the ECU back in. So it just basically clips onto the bulkhead here. So there is a box, and you think the box might offer some protection, but there's a really great hole in the bottom where the wires come out. And I can see the wires are dirty. So I think we've managed to avert disaster by not a huge amount there. But at least the drain is now clear, so hopefully that won't happen again. Oh yeah, I see. There we go. Pop. Then we cover the ECU as well. And let's just get that grommet sliding in there. Is that the right way around? Yeah, it looks to be. There we go. Right, so we've got the ECU covered up again, so it's now weatherproof. We can set about putting everything in place, and I can go a slightly different order this time. Some people do modify this and put a hole in this panel so you can rod it without having to remove everything, but it isn't that much faff to get all this stuff out, so I think I'm just going to leave it at that myself. Oh, something like that, I think. Just going to tidy up the other end. Hey. There we go, over the wiper, there we go. We've not got quite enough clips here, so I'm going to make it up a bit. And I think that one goes there. Clip. So we're meant to have about 7 of them, we don't seem to have that many. Oh, I've got a clip. with a screw there. Where's that for? Over that side. And we'll do this, actually no, I'm going to go for this point here. Clip. So my 3 clips of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. And this one was here. Beautiful. And I should just be able to put that in. There we go. Push that in with a finger. Now we can reattach this seal along the bonnet edge, or rather the scuttle edge, which holds the trim in place to a certain extent as well. There we go. If in doubt, smack it. And this should be this one. Pop it in there. There we go. Right, wipers back on. Oh, this is a right fiddly job. How did they do this in the factory? Ow! Fighting against the spring of the wiper. I bet they did this before they put the bonnet on. Make sure we do these nice and tight, then it worse than your wipers coming adrift while you're driving along. Of course that's happened to me. Beautiful. Right, we shall drop the bonnet and conduct some testing of the wipers for very obvious reasons before we go fitting the clips back to the wipers. We shall turn the ignition on. No, don't quite want to start it. Oh, there we go. I think that looks alright, and we've now got overlap. So I think we can consider that job entirely joyously good. The washers might need some adjustment, mind you. Yes. Next job. Right, we are going away this weekend coming. I've been told the boot needs to be much emptier than this. So we've got a user manual, that could be quite useful. I'll keep that in the car, I think. And we've got various bits of trim. We've got a radiator shroud, which is causing me some concern. There does seem to be one fitted, but I don't know where that one's from. And we've got the wheel arch liners, which haven't been refitted after another job. And I think fitting these is probably a good idea. It is Wales, they are there for a reason. So we'll try and refit those. I wonder if they're related. Oh, there's all manner of bits and pieces in here. I'm not sure how you're meant to know what's for what. That looks like an internal car bit of storage. Oh yes it is, that's one of the rear light covers. So it hasn't got to the project drive levels of having those covers removed. That is something they did. That looks like part of the interior, as does that. That's the lower shroud that should be above my feet. It isn't. That's also dated July 2001. So I'll put those to one side for now. And now we're starting to have something looking like a decent bit of boot space. We've got a reversing camera in a number plate plinth, complete with loads of LEDs. That's interesting. I have a reversing camera. One will be very useful, but I'm not fitting that today. There's a big wodge of sound deadening from somewhere. I'm going to say that's probably interior as well, really, isn't it? So we'll add that to the pile that's growing on poor Ellie's bonnet. Don't worry, Ellie, we'll do something about it at some point. It must be said, I'm loving Rover 75 life so far. They really are nice cars for covering distance. Ooh, what's that? Fuel pump. Aha. Now, there are various fuel pumps at work here. I hadn't realised there is actually one that operates between the two saddles. So there should be a pump to stop you running out of fuel when it gets to a quarter of a tank. I think they often fail and most people don't bother replacing them. I don't know where that pump's for. If you know where that goes, pray tell. It would be useful to know, but that can go in this box, which contains a double DIN head unit with remote control that I'm almost certainly not going to bother fitting, because that's just not the way I roll. Not really interested in the double DIN. The stereo it's got isn't superb, but it works well enough for my requirements. Appear to have some really nice floor mats in here, so I might refit those. They're a bit dirty, but mats are always good. Again, Eddie can be the custodian of those for now. Sorry for that noise alert, I should have given you one. What else have we got? Bit of trim there. That was like the, should be on the speedo binnacle. Has it not got one of those? Oh no, it hasn't. I can't actually touch the clock, so I hadn't even realised that wasn't fitted. What else have we got in here? Ooh. Oh, we've got a circuit tester pen by the look of it. Interesting. Another big lump of something. Again, I welcome your thoughts on what on earth that is. And something else again. Yeah, what do you reckon, people? Bosch. Lots of brake fittings. Is that something to do with the ABS? Maybe? Hopefully that isn't why the ABS isn't working. I haven't investigated that one yet. That needs doing before the MOT. That's probably not going to happen today. We'll be looking to MOT the Rover at some point in the coming weeks. There we go. We've got something approaching a boot. I'm going to take all these bits out. I don't know where they go, but they can't be in here. Another bit of trim there. Not sure where that's from either. There we go. More little bits. Oh yes, that's a job I do need to do. This is a pad that clips to the underside of the sill and into the standard jack, so you can jack it up safely on the sill mount. Oh well, this is a full caliper overhaul kit in here, complete with pistons. Wonder if all that is going to be necessary at some point. Maybe I should have a look. The brakes were making a bit of a funny noise this morning, so I might just bring the front end of the car back into the workshop and we can investigate what might be going on there. I think probably not a bad idea if you're going to do a lot of miles in the car to just go round it and yeah, work out what's going on. So I think we'll do that, and then we'll set about trying to work out how you refit these wheel arch liners. Worrying lack of fixings of any kind in there. Right, let's have these up there and we'll try and work out which one's which. Let's have a nose, see what spare wheel situation we've got going on. It's a Continental, it looks very old. Temporary use only, it is a space saver. But yeah, we've got the tools, the jack, wheel brace, towing point, and it smells a little damp in the boot, but I can't see any water being held in there, so that's good. Apparently Lee did sort out the rear lights. Rear lights very often leak, and yeah, not a brilliant bit of design really, so that can be a water ingress point right there. I think we'll draw a line under that one. It's taken quite a long time to achieve very little, but the Rover is improving all the time. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store and find all manner of goodies, including the new calendars. Very excited about those. Hubnut Goes Global calendars. And I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Farewell.